Hey friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and today we are going to make the most delicious Southern Pimento Cheese spread. And you can have this on a sandwich, you can have this just on your plate and dip pretzels, crackers, whatever you want to in it. That's probably how I will enjoy it for lunch today. But I do plan to get a loaf of bread in the oven and probably be able to have it on a sandwich maybe tomorrow. But I wanted to make it today. And I think I've made this before in the past. It's probably been a year or two. So it's time to make it again on here. I've got a simple recipe that I have been using for years and years. I think it's the best Southern, I keep saying Southern Pimento Cheese because that's the name of it, but I think it's the best pimento cheese that I've ever had. And I hate to say that about my own pimento cheese, but I've had it in restaurants and stuff, and I never quite find one that is as good as this one. And it's simple too. So if you want to know how to make it, stay tuned. All right, so I thought I'd go through the ingredients with you just real quick. We are going to shred 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Do I have that the right way? 1 ounce of cream cheese, and you should let this soften a little bit on your countertop. Mine's been out for about 30 minutes, so it's sort of soft. 1/2 cup of mayo, so use whatever mayo you have. 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 a teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to take a jalapeno pepper, seeded and minced. So what I do is I have this jar of already sliced jalapenos. I typically do maybe like 1.5 and a little bit of the juice that's in this jar. I don't like things super spicy, but I think this is what really takes this pimento cheese over the top and gives it a little bit of a spice. The recipe says you could also add cayenne pepper to it, which is 1/4 of a teaspoon as well, but that's optional, and that is not something that I personally do, but you're welcome to do that. Also, you can leave out the jalapenos altogether. If you don't want that in yours, that is totally fine as well. And then of course you need your pimentos. This is just a 4-ounce jar of diced pimentos, and then salt and pepper to taste. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my cheese shredded up using my cheese shredder here. Then I've got my food processor out. I'm gonna put everything in there and let that do the work of blending it all together. And then we'll probably sample it a little bit. I've got a dentist appointment to get to this afternoon, so I don't have a lot of time. And I don't think I'm gonna get my bread made today after all, but I will bring you back tomorrow for the bread and all of that. So let's get this together and then we'll do a taste test. So here's our pimento cheese. As you can see, it makes a rather good amount. What I didn't mention before was if you would go to like a deli or a market somewhere and buy their pimento cheese, for a pound of pimento cheese, which this is probably a little bit more than a pound, this is probably 1.5 pounds, maybe closer to 2 pounds. But for 1 pound of pimento cheese around here, you're gonna pay about $10, and that's probably on the low end. And that is a lot of money. So we don't have nearly that much in this today. Now I will say that the consistency of this is a little bit on the thin side. Not completely watery or anything, but just I like the pimento cheese a little bit thicker than this, and I think the difference was, if I can find the package here, which was a third less fat. The cream cheese is a third less fat. So I probably would suggest using the whole fat cream cheese for this recipe, and that'll make it a little bit thicker. That we're going to sample real quick before I head off to my appointment, but I wanted to show you that we're going to put a lid on this, put it in the refrigerator. As it sets up, it will get thicker, of course, in the refrigerator. So by tomorrow, this should really be to the consistency that we want, but it's not going to affect the taste. And I've already taste tested it a little bit, and it's perfect for me. I think it has the right amount of spices and pepper and salt and all that, but you can adjust all the spices and things to your taste. I was thinking this would be absolutely perfect for just an appetizer that you might need for a bridal shower, a baby shower, a brunch, maybe an after-school snack for your kids. You could take it to a church potluck, put some crackers with it. Everybody loves something that they can dip in and, you know, nibble on. But we're going to try it, like I said, right now with these pretzels, if I don't spill them all over my countertop. So, like I said, you could do this with chips or anything, but we're going to try the pretzel approach. That is so yummy. Now, I had every intention of making this while we still had fresh tomatoes in our garden or from our garden, and I just never got around to it. And sadly, I don't have any more garden fresh tomatoes that we grew on our own to put on a sandwich and enjoy with this. So goals for next year, but I'm gonna definitely enjoy it right now. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end the video here. We'll save our homemade bread for another day, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed seeing this recipe. Definitely give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I will see you all next time.